Hey guys, it's Alicia from my Workbasket. I'm here to talk to you today about my website, about who I am, about what I do, about why I do what I do, and a little bit about what you're going to see here. Now, I believe in my heart of hearts that crafts are extremely important. I feel like they're extremely important for your mental health. They can be important for your physical health. It's good to have a hobby. It's good to keep your brain active. They've shown that crafts can prevent things like dementia, and they can prevent depression. They can pull you out of depression. All of those things are their truth. And I know that because I've used crafts to kind of come out of some mild depressions, and I get extremely depressed without crafts. Also, so I believe in crafts. I believe in the power of crafting. And I talk about that on my website constantly. And you'll notice if you kind of browse around that you'll see stuff that looks, dare I say, semi-professional. You'll see stuff that I scribble on a notepad during the day. You'll see things that use more expensive materials, and you'll see things that are really simple and use cheap materials. And that's because I really and truly feel that crafting should be possible for everyone. Everyone should be able to craft, no matter what income you have, no matter what skill level you have. You should be able to learn to craft. You should be able to make something without spending a fortune at the craft store. And I care about that. Now, let's say you're suffering from a depression or, some emotional issues, and you're really struggling, and you're in one of those moods like you just can't really get off the couch. You are so just down. The best thing for that, to most people say, is to do something. But you don't want to get off the couch and do stuff when you feel that way. But you can do one of my tutorial videos. You can use a $2 yarn and you can make a square. And even if you've done nothing else, you've made a square that day. And that's powerful. That's amazing. That is something that you have done that lots of people in this world can't do. And it's magic. It's super, super powerful. You could do a massive shawl with $100 yarn, and that's amazing, and that's powerful. And neither one of those two things are better than the other, in my opinion. I have been very broke and crafting and using yarns and fabrics that I got on clearance at Walmart. And as I've gotten older, as we've had a higher income, I have some more expensive stuff. I have some skeins of yarn that probably around $20 or $30 a skein at least. But here's the thing, I don't actually usually buy those. Usually people give them to me because I still am super cheap at heart. And I know there's people who sew or knit or crochet or draw or paint, and it's about the spiritual factor of it that is very big for them. And it's, slow crafting, that like everything they do is extremely deliberate and they use the very best materials. And I think that's great if that works for you. But I want people to feel like crafting is achievable. I want people to feel like you can paint on a cheap canvas with some cheap paints and it still counts. You can draw with some Crayola markers on some notebook paper and it still counts. It's still powerful for your being. It's still art. It's still something you made. It's still something that you did, and it matters and it counts. So sometimes I get an idea in my head and I sit down and I paint with oil paints on a more expensive canvas, and that's great. And sometimes, you can see here, where's my finger? This painting here behind me is something I scribbled with watercolor pencils one day because I have to craft. I have to make stuff. And sometimes it's really elaborate and sometimes it's really simple, and you'll see that. And I show that to you because I want you to know it doesn't always have to be elaborate and amazing. It can be marker on a notebook. It still counts. It still matters. I want everyone to feel like they can learn to knit. They can learn to crochet. You can do paper crafts without a $100 paper craft supply order, I remember being very broke and using a pack of cardstock from the office supply section of Walmart because I lived in the middle of nowhere. That was the only thing there was. There was no other stores. There was no other cardstock. Scrapbooking and stamping wasn't big yet. This was about 20 years ago. It wasn't a thing. It was becoming a thing, but it wasn't popular where I was. And I was using like these 4 or 5 colors that were made for printing certificates to make stuff. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to be amazing. And so I want on this website to show you everything I make. The good, the simple, and I want to help you to also make and do these things because I really and truly believe it's important. I also think it's important that you know me. I think of all of my readers as dear friends. And I want you to know the real me, not just like, oh, this is this girl who lives somewhere and like she makes stuff. I want to be an honest and actual person to you. And so I'll talk about my life. I'll talk about my struggles. I'll show you work that maybe isn't very good. I'll be like, I had a crummy week, but look, I made this because it's power. That's important to me. That's why I do this. And I want to see what you make. Send me an email. It's alicia@myworkbasket.com, ALICIA @myworkbasket.com. Show me what you've made. Tell me, hey, I've had a really crummy week, but I managed to make this week and I'm super proud of it. And I'm going to be super proud of you for it because it's important. So that's why I do what I do. That's why I show you what I show you. That's why you'll see the variety that you see on my website. And seriously, email me. Tell me your story. Show me what you're making. I really care. And whether it be a $2 yarn or a $200 yarn, whether it be a single sheet of paper or some expensive canvas, I care about it. I really care about it. So that's about me. That's what I do. That's what you'll see on my website, my YouTube, on Instagram, all that stuff. I'm everywhere. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this gives you a clue as to who I am and also gives you a little bit of encouragement about who you can be. So keep being awesome, make something, do something, and have fun with it. Whether it's perfect or not, just enjoy it. Have a great day. Bye.